Here we go.
Welcome, both current and future. Sorry, reset. Welcome, both current and future viewers, to the Tales of Pageos, a D&D game run by me, the Mutt, and also with these wonderful players here who will introduce themselves.
I low-key thought you were going to call them putrid, and I was going to say that's so rude. Hi, I'm Blondie, and I play Mira, a War Domain Merfolk Cleric.
Hi, I'm Maisie and I play Noodle, a Ranger Dragoon.
I'm Chum. I'm playing a Selkie Barbarian.
And I am Echo, a changeling warlock.
Alrighty. In our previous session, our crew was taking on a job provided by the pirate lord, Banog the Bloodthirsty. The pirate lord was trying to weed out a potential informant or informants within their organization, and so had spread information, different information throughout their organization, on where this crew of people who were of interest to a different pirate lord, Harper the Swashbuckler, were going to be sailing out from. And thus, they and a few other different ships sailed out in different directions to see who was going to get ambushed. It turned out that our crew was the one who got ambushed. They managed to outrun their bigger, heavier pursuers, but eventually were caught by a smaller, faster sloop and had to fight it out. In the fight, there was injuries had all around. However, our crew emerged victorious, and even with a prisoner. The crew, our group here is now sailing both sloops back towards Looter's Haven. So that is where we are going to pick up. You both have split your group up into the two ships and are now with minimum crews for both, but sailing those ships back to Looter's Haven.
Have we identified the ship that was coming at us from Looter's Haven yet?
No. You turned off away from it and turned into the wind and vastly outpaced that guy before you were caught.
Okay, so this is the one that was coming at us while we were running from the sloop at the time.
Yes. So you were running from the sloop, and you started running towards another ship that you did not have a chance to identify before you turned into the wind and started sailing away. You turning into the wind is what allowed the sloop that was following you to eventually catch up. But in the end, it was that you only had to fight the sloop rather than the sloop and that larger ship. I think it was a brigantine that was ahead of you.
Yep. It was indeed a brigantine.
I'm going to suggest we run down that Harper's flag and start making way for Looter's Haven.
I'd agree.
Trying to remember, did our carpenter get knocked out or is he still conscious?
Oh, they're knocked out.
They're knocked out, yeah.
The only members of your crew that are currently conscious are your party and the bosun.
Yep, Calthus.
Alright, well, we're going to have to make do with what we got.
Or boatswain, technically. Sorry, my bad. I will give you this. Heading back to Looter's Haven, You do just barely catch the sails of what you presume to be that brigantine, off in the distance to your south. But due to how fast you've had northwest, this brigantine has not had a chance to try to intercept you, and you pass it with many miles in between you as you make your way back to Ludus Haven. In fact, by the end of the day, you are able to make it back to Ludus Haven. Sailing these ships with a minimum crew is a little bit more hectic than you're used to. But you, due to you all being a little bit more proficient and understanding of how these ships work and how to sail them, managed to get both of them back in without any confusion or getting lost or anything like that. And with your arrival back to the docks, do you dock near Banog's headquarters, or do you dock in your normal docks closest to the Dark Depths?
I think we should dock in Banog's because they offered us their protection.
Yeah. And now
Yeah,
we
we
have
were supposed to report straight back to her.
Yep.
Okay. So you dock in the dock closest to Banog's portion of the city. And you are met with respect as those who, well, actually no, not really, because not a whole lot of people know that you were doing anything for Banog specifically. So yeah, you're welcomed with no special fanfare. You do get a few raised eyebrows over you coming in with 2 ships. And what did you do with the bodies?
I guess they're still on the ship.
I vote we throw them overboard.
Give 'em a
and give
proper
them a
sea
proper
burial.
Seaman's burial.
After looting their armor.
Yeah, Echo didn't give a shit, so if they wanted to give them an honorable burial, go ahead.
I guess as the
Okay.
cleric here, I'm gonna say a few words in Tempest's name, and then we're gonna yeet those bodies right over the side.
Fair
While we're
enough.
out at sea, not when we're docked, I assume.
Yes, before we docked.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So you get. Sorry, one moment. In terms of usable armor, that's something different.
Just want to make sure they didn't have anything of value, you know.
Well, sorry. Come on. Notes. Give me my notes. Okay. So they didn't have like super well kept armor. I mean, their armor is functional. Don't get me wrong. It's less functional now that there's holes in it and such. But I would say you
just
can
so long as there's
probably
nothing of value, you know.
I will say that you can get 2 good sets of studded leather armor, and I would say another 2 sets of regular leather armor.
More money for the coffers.
So yes, you have managed to make your way to the docks, or make your way into the docks, and are prepared to go forth and meet with Banog if that is what you wish to do.
I think that'd be our best bet.
Well,
Yeah.
while y'all go meet with Vanog, I think I'm gonna take a nap here on the ship. I could use a rest. I don't know if anybody else could use a rest.
I, for one, don't
Yeah.
need it.
You played a big part in keeping everyone alive that round, that is for sure.
Well, I mean, if we want any spells back, then it's gonna have to be a longer rest. So I think maybe we should go meet with Banog in the morning. I'm sure we can send word with one of these people on the docks here that we're back and...
I mean, it is still like mid to late afternoon. And I will... no, actually, with minimum cruise, you did not have a chance to rest.
No, I think we're just going to have a conversation.
I know, but when we walk
And
around this
remember-
town, we tend to get friends.
No one's going to touch us in this region.
Well, if Chum the bodyguard is guaranteeing my safety, then I'm sure it's fine.
If anyone dared to break neutrality in this region, they would definitely have issues.
And to be fair, you may have been followed a bunch, but no one's broken neutrality for you.
Didn't
Except for the
very
original group
first
that...
fight in this in Looters.
Hey, that wasn't
They
members...
weren't from Looters Haven.
That wasn't
Yeah.
members of the...
That's true.
they were C-spawn. They didn't know the rules.
And now off with their heads.
Alrighty, to Banog it is then.
Okay. So you all make your way... Making your way? To the large ship that Banog has as an HQ. And you are led to Banog's throne room, for a lack of a better use of wording, where you see Banog once again sitting on their large throne-like chair. Banog is looking up to you. Well, you're back
we
early.
returned. We had a bit of a scrape.
So you were attacked?
Yeah, we had a sloop and 2 other rather large ships with a potential 3rd large ship coming after us.
I could name specifics if you'd like.
Were they
I
flying
could
the...
see I pushed
You
the
do what,
prisoner
Parker?
closer to Bannon.
They were flying the swashbuckler's flag.
Yep. Wouldn't you know it?
Well, then, that limits down to who the informants may be. You have my gratitude in this. And as I stated previously, you have my favor and my protection. If you are in need of something, you can contact me or my organization, and we will do our best to aid you. As long as it's not a detriment to ourselves, of course. Also, meanwhile, she kind of leans over and gestures to one of the people who stand around and behind her throne. No job should be done without being paid. The man walks up to you and hands towards Echo a sack that jingles as he moves.
You have our thanks.
And you have mine. Now, share with me your story of sailing and daring do.
Well, at the end of reaching the near end of our route, wouldn't you know it, Harper's crew was waiting for us. A frigid, a flute, and a sloop.
I imagine you didn't engage them.
No, we decided to try our luck heading straight back to Looter's Haven. Easily losing the two bigger ships, but the sloop keeping up. Unfortunately, it wasn't as easy as just getting right back to Looter's. A brigandine was waiting for us. Although we couldn't tell exactly what flag they were flying. I can only assume it was Harper. So we had to
Did you
lose
have
that
to?
one as well.
Hmm.
Sure enough, after some time, we lured the sloop away from its backup and dispatched of that crew.
Except for, I assume, this one.
The one that was allowed to be alive.
Are you Harper's man? The dude looked terrified, by the way. And seems to not be able to look anywhere but the red-rimmed mouth of Benog. My lord, I sail among the fleets of the Harper, of the Swashbuckler. And I would like to have the protections of neutrality while within your headquarters. We'll see. You will be afforded neutrality, but how much it extends, we'll see.
If I recall,
Continue.
I think this gentleman was their second in command.
Thank you for the information. Continue with the story.
After dispatching of their crew and, well, keeping this one alive, We sailed back here. Both ships now belonging to us. Well,
Hmm.
the logistics of our original ship I'm not going to get into.
Well, congratulations are in order then. A proper pirate captain. Rather than just a member of a crew.
I do my best to showcase what I've been taught in my time on the sea.
Well, I have no further requests for you and yours. If you need help with anything for your new ship, simply dock it within my dock areas and ask for help, and I'm sure we can find something to aid you. In the meantime, I have been left a note from Merrill saying that come tomorrow or tonight, he doesn't particularly care, but come when you have time. He has more information for you.
Splendid. Something to spend the rest of the day on. I assume you want to keep this one that we have brought along with us.
I'm sure he will be open to answering a few questions before we return him back to his leash holder.
As you wish. Echo's gonna, cause the guy's just looking down or looking right at Banog, right? Still.
Oh yeah, he. Every time Banog speaks, and you see the sharpened front teeth within her mouth, he kind of like leans a little further and further and further away. But he is keeping an eye on Banog.
Echo's gonna lean in, like right next to the guy's ear, and just whisper. Everything you've heard about her, none of it is a lie. That blood you see, that's from the last one that didn't answer her questions. Try not to be her next meal, will you? And Echo's gonna go back to just standing straight.
You get a faint whiff of ammonia. After that, you're free to go.
Echo bows and takes his leave.
As we're walking out, I'm gonna nudge Echo. So, what you got in that sack?
Oh, come now. I wasn't gonna keep this all to myself, especially after Noodle shared the wares with all of us. What is in the sack? How much?
Do you check while you're still within Benog's
Absolutely
ship?
not.
Okay.
I'm waiting
So-
till we're out of here.
As soon as you leave Benog's ship and are within the streets of Looter's Haven, you open up the sack and look inside. It's a big, like handfuls of gold coins. You would have to for ease of the story. There's 100 gold coins within here.
Oh, delightful.
And also opening a bag of gold gets noticed, but no one tries anything.
I'd hope not. It's against the rules.
I'm pretty sure there's a difference between thievery and breaking neutrality.
Depends on the Lord. Depends on their mood.
Considering we're closer to Banog, who we now have a favor of, I don't think they want to do that.
Word has not been disseminated yet, to be fair.
Oh, it's less than. It's more of who would we go to first?
Mm.
I
So,
don't know if I'd bother her with a common thief.
I mean, if I'm offering her fresh prey. She is named the Bloodthirsty.
It sounds like we got an even split on this bag at least.
Correct. Makes it easier.
So are you gonna give us 25 each? I take
Yeah.
perfection.
what's the plan for the rest of the day?
That's what I was
I'm gonna
about.
Well, I
pay
know
off my debt.
I know I want to go to Merrill, that's for sure.
Yeah, we need to go talk to Meryl and see what our next objective is.
Before we do that, I'm gonna go to the black and pay off my debt.
I understood any of that.
Going back to the blacks and paying off the debt.
Ah, yes. Noodle's main focus.
Yeah, I don't want to be in debt.
Yeah, real. You know what? Real.
So do you, to be fair with you, Meryl is significantly closer than the Dark Depths. If you want to go to the Dark Depths first, you will be backtracking.
That would be
Unless, of
losing
course,
a lot
Noodle,
of time.
you would want to walk. Unless, of course, Noodle, you want to go on your own and leave everybody else to go talk to Meryl.
Yeah, I'll go to the black by myself.
Okay. Faint jingles of "Never Split the Party" casting through my head, but
I was just like, man, I could heal her before she goes, but I can't do that because I have no spell slots.
Yeah, I can stop someone from dying. I can't regenerate you.
So, Noodle heads off towards the Dark Depths. The rest of you head over to Meryl's abode, his tower. Again, knock. It's opened by seemingly nothing. As you all walk in, something passes by you and goes deeper within the tower. You wait a few moments, and then you hear footsteps. The door open. Ah, friend! I didn't expect to see you again today. Well, not again, but I didn't expect to see you today. I figured with all of the busyness that was going on today, you wouldn't have time for me.
We always want to make time for you.
Oh, you flatterer. Now, I assume you got the message that I left with Banog, then?
That we did.
Very well. So, some of my threads have come back with information. It's not complete yet, but it's enough to get you a start in a direction to head, if you will. Lucian, for the past probably month or so, has been staying within his main headquarters area on the Celestial Isle. It's a manor compound style thing. ostentatious as all hell, let me tell you. But he calls it the Gold Mast's Rest. It's just outside of the city of Radiance. Celestial Isle is located. Most of you who are familiar enough with the islands themselves would know that the Celestial Isle is this island right here. If you can see the pinks.
I can't see.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. I see it.
And the city of Radiance is on the eastern shores of the Celestial Isle, southeastern.
And what was the name of the place he's at in the city of Radiance?
It is a manor slash a walled fortified manor that he calls the Gold Mast's Rest.
Thank you.
From what my threads have told me, he has traveled to and from, but has primarily staying there for the past month or so. He does leave, but he always returns within a day or two.
I guess now we at least have a location to look for him.
Yes, although I will remind you that directly confronting Lucian Nightfreeze will be a difficult proposition, not due to any sort of prowess he himself has, but due to the prowess of those he has under his employ.
That's understandable for a man of his stature. Status.
But yes, that is the information I have for you. I was planning on sending my familiar out with a note to give you this information if you didn't arrive by tomorrow, but here we are.
Well, I thank you for the information. I'm assuming we don't have anything further on the Gerbines.
Or anyone else's.
Unfortunately not. Like I said, my current running theory is that these two investigations are connected in some way, at least with the Gerbine and the spheres. It seems likely that the method of abduction was similar to the method of abduction of our court wizard.
Alrighty, well, we'll have to have some conversations with other people and see what kind of gears we can get moving.
Yes, whispers who had just reached my ears, in fact, before you arrived, that you came back with 2 ships.
Indeed.
That we did.
One of Harper's.
I'm sure he's delighted by the loss.
Yeah, just one more tally to add up, I suppose.
What's the passive perception of Mira, if you don't mind me asking? 13? Is anybody higher than 13?
14.
Okay. Echo, you get the brief flash of disappointment coming across his face when after he said that whispers reached his ears about you having another ship, and everyone just being blasé about it.
And we're being happy about it? Interesting.
If you want to kind of think deeper on it, you can roll me an insight check.
Oh, well.
Could I? Oh, wait, never mind. I can't.
it was
'cause I
a
didn't
brief-
receive.
It was a brief flash of what looked to be disappointment across his face. You're not sure why, though. But yes. Is there anything else I can help you with? Any other information that you may either have or want?
I can't think of anything at the moment. You've definitely been of great assistance.
I do try. Very well, then. I wish you a good night. I have tasks and other things that I must get back to.
Alrighty, good sir. You have a good evening.
And he turns and walks back deeper into his tower.
Curious.
What is that?
An odd one he is.
So, about these ships, what do we want to do? Do you want to keep our new ship and hand over the old one to the boss? Or do we want to continue sailing under his ship?
Well, the only downside with us branching off onto our own is we will no longer have a crew provided to us.
That is true.
We'd have to say
I don't
goodbye.
know what our crew will say if we invite them.
I don't think we could. Considering I assume they belong to Black.
I think they're all just people looking for work.
They were all
Well,
just hired. They are not contracted under Black, per se.
Well, we could always go and inform him.
Maybe he'll still want to fund our endeavor.
Especially with you around.
And if it's a ship he doesn't have to pay to repair, per se.
True, especially with how banged up we've gotten his ship twice now.
It's just the name of the game.
Oh, trust me, I know.
And hey, it's still above water.
True.
And the ship is banged up, I can give you that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, ramming can be hazardous. Alright, well, I think we need to make our way back to Black Depths and catch up with Noodle. Hopefully she didn't get lost.
She seems quite resourceful. I imagine she's perfectly fine.
Well, as you begin making your way to the dark depths, basically, Noodle, you have arrived, and in the time that it takes for you to make good on your debts and pay them all off, It does not take long after that for the rest of your party to arrive. The rest of you walk in, finding both proprietors, both Grim and Dahlia, talking with Noodle.
Hey, she made it. Good afternoon.
Welcome back, chum. How goes your... How went your expedition in the under the name for Banog? For the under the bloodthirsty. Goodness gracious.
It was rather successful. Not only did we manage to bring your ship still afloat, we captured our own.
Oh, truly.
Crew's a little banged up, but all alive.
Good. I don't want to spend money on death fees and death dues. I will, but just prefer not to. So, do you plan on selling this new ship? I can buy it off of you.
We haven't quite discussed all that just yet. We were considering maybe sailing it. That way, save you a little bit of money.
We would need to negotiate a proper contract at that point. And, well, if you're truly going to be sailing on a crew, then we'd also need to discuss your contract with us here at the store. Well, not truly a contract for you, but we'd have to discuss how things move forward.
We're still on our mission to locate the artifact, of course.
True.
I'll definitely work on seeing that job through.
As I would expect. But, well, like I said, if you decide to sail under your own crew, then I will not have hired you as employees. I would be hiring you as a mercenary crew, essentially, and that requires an entire contract and other such things. So, when you decide, let me know.
All right, we'll have to discuss it and see which way they want to go. But we do have some information as for our next target.
Do tell.
It seems that Lucian is held up in island off to the west by southwest.
I mean, most of the archipelago is off south by southwest. I'm assuming you know which island in particular?
The Celestial Isle?
Celestial Isle. Fair enough. One of the main hubs of the Gold Keel merchants. I'm not necessarily surprised that he is there.
Yeah, we'll just have to kind of scout the area out and see just what we're dealing with. I think in an area that size, we're going to be having to try and do this as quiet as possible.
And I'm assuming Meryl is the one who told you about this.
That is correct.
Did Meryl tell you that he knew if the sphere was there or not?
Not so much as a sphere directly, but he does speculate that he thinks the sphere has returned to Lucian.
Well, sounds like we're due for a bit of good old-fashioned piracy. Except for it's on land, so I guess it's just thievery. I wonder.
Pirate raid.
That works. Dahlia speaks up. As I understand it, you have, due to the noodle here telling me, you have come to a bit of a windfall in terms of your finances. Were any of you interested in purchasing any of the wares from before?
How much were the health potions again?
With a discount for you
35
guys
apiece, if I remember right.
specifically. 35 apiece?
I'd like to buy 2 of those.
Very well, my dear. She goes down into the basement area and retrieves them. Anyway, of course, don't let me interrupt the work discussions, I guess, but I was just offering if any of you were interested.
I think the only thing we were discussing last was potentially a slightly better axe.
I would like a healer's kit. How much was that again?
For you, my dear, Grim, how much? 7 for you. It's fine.
Okay, thank you.
So,
I
where's
do
the
believe
spot
they were
on?
going to talk to a merchant friend about a axe or something.
Yes. It's been a day. They okay. He will have located an axe for you, but it is full price. If I remember correctly, it's a great axe. Costs a bunch, just base. Yeah. A weapon of that make and style, is a pretty penny. Let me see. Sorry, one second. Okay. Do. Yes. So, an item like that, the Masterwork Great Axe, is at full price 300 gold.
Still well outside my price range.
Yeah. If you want one that's properly enchanted, it's closer to 400 to 500 gold. So,
All right, old trusty it is, and
Echo just takes out
if you
his
give me some time, I might be able to work out a deal or something, but
I imagine something will come up eventually. So it'll do for now until we figure stuff out.
oh, very well. Where's the spot bond located?
Currently, it's parked over in Banog's docks area.
Alright, well. Whenever the crew is ready, get them to bring it over to the docks near here, and I'll take care of any repairs and maintenance that need to be done on it. Before you head off to go investigate Lucian and the possibility of him having the sphere, let me know if you are planning on continuing with the Spot Vaughn or sailing your own vessel. For if you truly want to sail your own vessel, then I will need to find some other way to pay you than just paying you per day for being officers on my ship. But it will allow me to use the Spot Vaughn for other ventures, such as bringing in supplies and other such things that we need here, so I am truly okay with either option.
Well, Echo is currently our acting officer or captain with the most experience running a ship. I don't mind working under a mercenary contract, I suppose.
The mention of mercenary instinct makes Echo raise his eyebrow and smile.
Based on his expression, it sounds like he's in. What about you, Noodle and Mira?
I mean, I'm just here to help y'all while I'm also looking for my brothers, so whatever ship we're on doesn't make a difference to me.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
If y'all want to start your own ship together, be my guest.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch all that.
I said if they wanted to start their own crew together and have their own ship together, be my guest.
Just for
Well,
DM's sake, that sounds like you're not planning to be a part of it?
No. That's Amira doesn't necessarily have a stake in whether or not they stay on the Svartvan or their own ship.
Yeah, it's more just a Noodle and Mira are leaving the decision entirely up to Chumnai.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
My misunderstanding.
No worries.
well, it sounds like if you want to figure out some details for this new contract,
Was that... Sorry. I'm looking at notes and such. What was that?
I was telling the boss if he wants to figure out the details for a new contract.
Of course, I can begin working that up. But I believe tonight will probably it's probably starting to get a bit late to be discussing business. So I imagine tomorrow would be a better time.
Yeah, that works for me. And the rest of the crew should be up and about by then.
I mean, by the time he made it back to Looter's Haven, there was only one of them that was still asleep, or still unconscious. And you assume by now he is back to his feet. They're not feeling too hot, but they're all back up.
Yeah, we'll have to have a discussion with them on if they want to stick with us or if we need to find new crewmates.
Normally, I would get a bit bristly about people poaching people who are working for me, but in this case, I don't truly mind.
At the end of the day, we're still helping you, are we not?
That is true.
Yes.
Especially
Alrighty.
with your boy in our midst.
Well, I'm beat. I think we should get some dinner and not stress about this stuff until tomorrow.
If you truly need me, I can handle the ship and crew stuff tonight while you all indulge in peace time. Since it is just
That works for
moving
me.
Crewmates around, moving a ship around, it's not exactly entertaining.
Well, very well. You all begin to make your way to your various abodes. Echo, you give directions for the crew to bring the Svartvan around to the docks near the dark depths before heading to your own home. Well, domicile currently. However, when you arrive, the person who runs the establishment of where you're staying stops you as you begin to walk past. Echo, wasn't it? Yes?
Yes, it is.
I have here a message for you. Someone left it here at the front desk. Well, not really a front desk, more of a reception area type of deal, but tavern area. But she hands you a piece of parchment.
A message? Well, thank you. I appreciate you passing it along.
Of course. Enjoy your night.
You as well. And to his room he goes to read this parchment.
It's been folded in a way so that it's not just easily opened and is usually very obvious once it's been opened. But you open it, and within is, I hope you enjoy your new ship. But remember, the type of ship that awaits you if you work with us. Signed with an H, but the cross of the H is a blade.
Oh, Harper, you truly know what you want. And you truly know how to get my attention. And he's gonna fold the letter up and put it in his nightstand, I guess.
All right.
And throw his book across the room because he's not happy with it.
His book.
Yep,
You mean his ritual book?
his tome, correct.
Okay. You sense a passing interest from the back of your mind.
The moment he does that, he's gonna reach into his bag and take out one of his many daggers at this point. And just look at it.
At the book?
No. The dagger.
Oh, at the dagger? Okay. The attention quickly passes.
And that'll be his activities for the night.
Mira,
Yes.
as you begin to settle in, you're doing whatever nightly activities you do to prepare yourself for going to bed.
Mhm.
When you suddenly hear something in your head. Mira, this is Leo Morris. I am sending to you to tell you that your house wants you to come home. Please reply your arrival date. Leo Morris is the court wizard of the Kingdom of Lymeria. Someone who is usually very hard to get a hold of for specific magical things. He runs his own research, and he primarily works with just the high nobles of the court. So, also, you do recognize that this is a spell, and you sense the magic waiting a reply.
I will return home as soon as I've located my brother. Until then, I'm quite enjoying playing the part of a hammer-wielding mercenary.
You feel, towards the end of what you say, you feel the magic just cut off, suddenly. It does not take long for another wave of magic to cross over you. This is not a conversation, Mira. This is a taxing spell that allows one call and response. Your grandmother orders you to come home now.
Grandmother? Well, I can't come home at the moment. My services are otherwise engaged. I'll be home soon.
Again, the spell cuts off in your final sentence there.
That's fine.
Before you get it all out. But you wait for a moment. Another. But you do not feel the wave of magic cross you again. And you are left to your thoughts as you begin to settle in for the night. As we all settle in for this night, I feel like taking an early break is probably going to be necessary, since we're all going to level up.
After
Over
I
the
just
course of this night
updated
and
these
into the next
graphics
morning.
today.
My apologies.
Mutt's timing is goaded.
It's fine, it's fine.
I love it.
That means
love
everything's
it.
fresh
I
and
love
easy
it.
to access.
You're right.
But to our viewers, our break is going to be one, a little bit early, but also probably a little bit longer as I go over with our players here and help them level up. And we will be back, hopefully, within the next 15 to 30 minutes.
we are back.
Alrighty, welcome back, both current and future viewers, to the Tales of Pageos. After our extended break, we had everybody finish their level up to the level 5, and we are coming back to the morning after. Um, as I am tracking today, you guys are deciding on whether or not you're keeping your ship under your own uh, control, or whether or not you're selling the ship. And then from there, you're dealing with all that sort of things you would need, like gathering a crew and some other officers and such. But after that, you have information on where Lucian Nightbreeze is located, or at least where he's been located for the past month. So, you all meet up in the morning, and the day is yours. How do you wish to spend it?
Probably should see if that contract is done.
Yep. See what kind of terms he wants to work out.
I'm gonna go check on Thrasset and the other crew members before we leave.
Yeah, we do need to communicate with them about what's going on.
And see how their healing's coming.
See if they want to stick with us under a new contract.
So, what do you want to take care of first? Ship stuff or contract? Or ship stuff or dark depth stuff?
I'd say communicate with the current crew and make sure they want to join us so we can take care of the ship stuff.
So that is ship stuff. Okay. First things first. How are you going to run your ship? Are you going to run your ship in the style of a pirate crew, where everyone gets shares of profits and such and such like that, or are you going to run it more like a vessel that it's under a specific employ, where you pay your crew members a specific amount per day, and like they have within their contracts like danger pay and death fees and stuff like that. But and so basically, there is two usual ways of running a ship. You can run a ship as a business. You have employees. You pay your employees every day for all their work. And if they run into hazard pay, or if they, get injured or whatever, then you got to pay them for that too. Or you can run it like a pirate enterprise, where people get paid as long as the ship is making money, or as long as the ship is making money, then people get paid.
So, I've kind of been listening a little bit and hearing all this. I wonder if maybe we should leave our ship docked for now and pay whatever docking fee that requires, and continue on the smart run until we make some more money and can afford to run our own ship.
Well, that's why we're looking at the mercenary contract.
Yeah, I still don't know if that's quite enough money to.
I mean, right now I think they get paid 2 silver a day.
And then there's the other
That
two
sounds about right.
officers that need to get paid.
Well, we need to figure out what kind of contract we can get. I mean, if a mercenary contract pays a little better, might be affordable.
but maybe let's go negotiate the contract and then come back and talk to the ship crew.
So it sounds like you're planning on doing the business side of things, where you pay the crew a daily wage and not via shares. Which was the question.
Well, it'd be more guaranteed pay for the crew, that's for sure.
True, considering the only reason we've been able to plunder is just combat along the way. Unlike us actually going out and trying to find plunder. It's more luck-based if we do shares right now. We could probably change to shares down the line, but business sounds easier for now.
Well, let's figure out what kind of contract we can get under the blacks.
Yep. I agree.
Okay. So you all begin heading to the dark depths.
Maybe Echo can work some of his charismatic charm to get us a better deal.
Okay. Let me look here.
When we first get there, I'd like to make small talk for a minute or so with the blacks. We don't have to roleplay it out. I just want to say we're making small talk, having pleasantries before we get into the contract negotiating.
Alrighty.
So that I can use my tied tongue. Oh, not that one. The voice of the siren.
I was about to say.
I clicked the wrong one.
There we go. Alright. Okay. So you've made your small talk, and Grim then goes behind, reaches behind his desk and rolls out a piece of parchment. So current thought is, well, current thoughts. Upon retrieval of the object and delivering it to us, you get the payday, essentially, the big payment, the large sum of money. But until then, we can do things one of a few ways. We can upfront pay you a certain amount to get you started and get you going. And then just whenever you retrieve the object and bring it back to us, you'll get the rest of the money. Or we can give you a monthly stipend, essentially, of what we're well, probably not monthly. Hopefully it doesn't take you months to get this done. Let's say a weekly stipend to lubricate the inner workings of how this is going to happen and help you pay for any, dues or other such things that you may incur. Or we can do a combination of the two, where we give you a small amount up front and then a weekly stipend after that.
The combination sounds easier.
Very well. Okay. So, now we need to discuss terms. For your stipend, I am willing to pay half the crew's wages, other than yourselves, of course. And I am willing to put forward, say, 25 gold towards the ship and the ship maintenance every week.
Doesn't sound half bad to me. Anyone have an opinion?
Our quartermaster's been handling the money. She's tallying up the numbers.
The Dripping just whipped out a calculator in front of us.
I think it's funnier if she whipped out an abacus.
We're all just staring at this Dripping
You
doing
hear a lot
math.
of click, clack, click, clack, click, clack, click, clack, click, 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 as she's moving beads around.
I love that image. I love that image. All of us just staring as this happens.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Alrighty then. In terms of the upfront payment, I'm willing to put down 100 gold.
Do you think I could persuade you to maybe give us 125 just in case we run into Harper and his crew again? They may incur extra fees while we're out and about.
Roll a persuasion.
They are
All right.
hunting.
And I get
for the-
advantage
They are
because we
hunting
small
for
talked.
the-
I know.
All
I
right.
know.
My persuasion's pretty terrible. So,
Might be a little bit quicker.
all right, we have a -1. I got a natural 1. Thank goodness for advantage. And a 15, so a 14.
125 sounds reasonable enough.
All righty.
It does make sense with Harper also hunting the orb. We need to make sure we beat him to it.
Well, let's just hope he doesn't have the information we have.
Now, final payment. This is a very important item. It's a very rare item in terms of, quite frankly, it's legendary in its history. And if we do plan to turn around and sell it, or use it in some means, we probably look to make quite a bit of money off of it. So, current offer, 15,000 gold.
Sounds good to me. Let's say the
He's
rest
kind
of
of
you.
looking towards Echo.
He's pondering. The giant price tag makes sense, considering how many famous names want their hands on it. I'm quite satisfied.
Well, very well then. He leans forward and writes in the values and the numbers that you guys have talked about within the contract. Turns it over for you to peruse.
Echo will give
Within the
most of
contract, there is
noodle.
within the contract there is a clause in there of if you fail to retrieve the item, then, like, if you fail to retrieve the item within 2 months, then the contract will be null and void and have to be renegotiated.
So we're on a time crunch.
Essentially.
Glad we know what this guy looks like.
With
He is.
there is offer also within that clause. There is offers for extensions on how long the contract lasts, depending on, but that is on a case by case basis where you have to discuss with the proprietors of the dark depths and yada 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 yada. Lots of termage. But essentially, the contract is giving you a deadline of 2 months, or before the 2 months, you have to apply for an extension if you do not have it within the 2 months. If you fail to apply for extension or fail to retrieve the object itself within the 2 months, then the contract is null and void and will have to be renegotiated at that time.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds. Yeah.
And it said that
Okay.
he's paying our crew, right? Or they're paying
Half.
our crew?
Half.
Yeah, half.
We're going split, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Sign on the dotted line.
Echo takes out his pen and signs.
Are you claiming full legal are you claiming responsibility for this crew? Or should everyone else sign with you?
I think that is up to them.
No, he is our current captain.
It's your head.
No stranger to that, I suppose.
Very well. He turns the contract back around, signs his name under the Dark Depths section. So technically the contract is with the Dark Depths store rather than him himself. Once that's signed, he spreads a little sand over the fresh ink to help it dry faster, and then rolls up the parchment. Very well then. Do you know if you're going to be asking the current crew of the Spot Bond if they're going to be joining you or not.
Yeah, we were going to talk to them. We wanted to get the paperwork in order first.
Very well. And so you're aware, the half that he was talking about was half of like the standard pay rate that he's paying the crew. So if you end up paying the crew more, he's still only liable for the half the standard rate. Okay.
Yeah.
I may have said that in my head and then not said it out loud. So
it was 2 silver to the regular crew members, and then how much for the
2 gold.
2 gold.
2 gold?
It was 2 silver for regular crew, 2 gold for officers.
Thank you. Considering now all of these bastards are my full responsibility.
Back to the ship we go, or did anyone else need to speak
Okay.
with Grim or Dahlia for anything?
Echo will ignore the shoes for now.
Alright, to the ship.
Got any extras on those healing pots?
Sure. Have probably. Actually, I don't know how many we have. But I know we have more than just the 2 that we sold you.
Yeah, I probably want to pick up a couple for myself, just in case if I get scratched.
Very well. How many you want?
2 should be good for now.
That'll be 70 total. And he wanders down. Dahlia! Dear! And then he's down in the basement. It doesn't take long before he wanders back up with 2 healing potions. Here you are.
Appreciate it.
Alrighty then. Do you all head off to...
What's the strength on these healing
the
potions,
smart-
just so I can put it in the notes?
A regular healing potion is... Healing potion. Potion of healing. Two D4
And
plus
like a
2.
D8, 2D4.
2D4 plus 2. Did you get that?
Thank you. Yep.
Alrighty. So, do you all head over to the Smart Bond to see if you can talk to the crew?
Yep.
Alrighty. Luckily for you, most of the crew is there. There is just one of the regular crew members who was out and about on the docks that you don't have the opportunity to talk to right away with. But you do see your 2 officers and 2 of your crew members aboard the ship. Captain! Officers! What can this old dwarf do for you?
Things will be changing now. We won't
Figured
exactly
since you
be
took a
using the
second
smart bomb. anymore.
Yeah, well, you were a good captain, so.
With that, pay will run a little differently, but not negatively in your favor. If you all wish to stay, half your pay will be funded by us, and the other half by the blacks.
Wait. If you're on a different ship, why are you gonna pay me?
We want you to come with us, silly.
Oh, that fucking Grim's okay with that?
Indeed.
Well, alright.
Especially with half your pay still coming from him.
Alright. How much am I being paid?
Stares at Noodle. Do you have any opinions, oh quartermaster of ours?
Getting paid 2 gold per day.
And for the regular crew?
2 silver a day.
No offense, miss, but I've noticed that you and yours tend to get into some more exciting situations than these old bones can really take care of. 2 gold a day, I can get that just by staying on this ship.
Spoken like a true pirate. I expected as much.
Those days are behind me. But you never forget.
Never forget. Then pray tell, Tharset, how much do you think you would ask of us?
Admittedly, you've only gotten to a couple scraps, although it's a couple scraps more than any other merchant ship that I would run on, so. Say an extra gold a day. And I want instead of just doubling my pay for hazard, I want 1.5 on top of my normal pay. I would like to remind everyone out of RP, haggling exists.
I know, don't worry, I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking.
Man, I did that earlier.
Well, you didn't think
So-
about it for the contract.
Did I got us 125?
Okay,
Okay.
to be, I was gonna say she got us 100, and then for the final sum, I was over here like, I honestly didn't really think about selling these things because I need one for myself. So I don't really know how much they would be worth.
Way
That was
more
just-
than 15 grand. Way more than 15 grand. But anyway.
Yeah, no, I mean that's entirely just. I never even thought about selling these, so never really thought of a price for them.
I'm just a simple shop guard. That's a lot of money to me.
And normally I just take what I want. So negotiating pay.
All right.
Not
Anyway,
exactly.
continuing.
But yeah, so more or less what he's asking for is 3 gold per day, and then if any shit happens, then 1.5 on top of that.
So that'd be
Yeah,
4.5.
No, not 1.5 gold on top of it. 1.5 is normal pay on top of it.
Oh.
So instead of 3 gold per day, normally danger pay is just an extra day's pay, essentially. So for an officer, that's two. For a standard officer's pay, from 2 gold goes to 4 gold. If it was 1.5 on top, it would be 2 gold to 5 gold. Because it's 1.5.
Have we been speaking to him longer
Essentially,
than a minute?
essentially, sure. I'll say you have been.
So I'm going to use my voice of the siren again because it's a different target. And I'm going to put my arm around Thrasid's shoulder and get real close. But see, isn't the excitement way better on this ship? So what if we did give you the 1.5 extra for hazard pay, but we kept your normal pay? So you're still getting more money. Plus, it's not boring doing the same old thing on any regular merchant ship. And that's me trying to persuade him to take a little less money.
Roll a persuasion check.
All right. We're not going to use the die that gave me the nat 1 earlier. Okay, we got a 5 and then a 16 minus 1 is a 15. Not using that die again either.
Need a third dice.
Hey, I have 4 sets. We got choices. So now
Hey!
I'm not using 2 of them. I'm going to use the
So
other
you
2
said-
for everything.
You said 15.
Yeah, I got a 15.
Yeah, she rolled a 15.
No offense to you. I've been alive for more than 6 of your lifetimes.
That's fair.
I'm old. I don't need any more excitement.
In the end, that's all about the
I'll
gold.
do
isn't
2.5.
it?
I'll do 2 gold and 5 silver, but that's as low as I'm going to go.
And what were you wanting for hazard pay with that 2 gold and 5 silver?
Hasn't changed.
Well, we do have Harper's
fine with that.
flag. Is it a crime here to fly a flag that's not your own when leaving or coming in?
When leaving and coming in, yes. Once you're out in the sea, only one who's going to enforce it is the people you piss off.
That's true. Because I was thinking once we get out there, if we could always fly Harper's flag, then they'll just think we're one of them. And that's less hazardous.
Yeah, except Harper is known for pirating, so any merchants we come across may attack on sight.
Oh, that's true. Well, Echo, do we want to pay Thrasit what he's asking?
Out of RP. This is where, because obviously, as Black said, his half is not going to change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's paying each officer 1 gold and
He's
each
paying-
crew member 1 silver. That's the end of it.
Yep.
However, whatever means we have to pay them, it can be any mean, right? It's just as long as they get gold in their pocket.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not exactly sure what you mean there, but yes.
More or less, no matter how we pay them, as long as they get money.
Yeah, as long as you pay
Yeah.
them their wages, then they'll keep working for you. Unless they start viewing it as too dangerous, and then they'll say, "Hey, either increase my wages or I leave."
But
Type
this is
deal.
only paid while at sea.
And this is where the pirating comes in then. Alright.
Yeah, I'll give you
Alright.
that. That it's paid while at sea. Foreign ports. Nah, not even foreign ports. Paid at while at sea.
Not to give Thrasset negotiating power, but I think it's better to keep him and meet his pay requirement than hire somebody new who might be a spy.
Oh, I know. Don't worry.
You have not, although I will counterpoint your point.
Oh, yes, please.
You haven't even asked around for what other people who may be able to fill an officer role is available, much less how much they're asking to be paid.
Yeah, but we know this guy and trust him to an extent.
True.
To mention there is something up Echo's sleeve. Tharsat, if I may, I understand where you're coming from. Like you said, those days are behind you. But for those old bones, you fight like the past.
I don't know what you saw in that previous fight, but I nearly died.
Nearly died yet. You lasted longer than even some of my old crew. All young and spry.
Beware the old man, where the men die young.
And you are very knowledgeable of a pirate's way. So how of this? Same pay you've been getting. But, and just so these three don't get turned down by any of my words, none of it has to come from them. It will all come from me. Clearly, we like getting into stirring some trouble. And some bodies are left in our wake. Any wares I get, which has lately been a decent amount of gold, I'd be delighted to give that to the crew. Because any crew that reminds me of my old one, well, I'm inclined to keep them around. And sharing
want
the wares,
shares?
well.
You want to pay me in shares? Is
As
that
your
what you're saying?
bonus. Because obviously, the contract remains. The blacks are paying half, and then we're paying half. But to give you that bonus you're clearly asking for, that bonus can be the wares I get from our travels, which can either add up to what you're asking for already, or maybe a bit more. I mean, from this last voyage alone, and he's gonna take out a small pouch and reveal its contents, which is a lot of gold. Clearly, I'm no stranger to the pirating way.
Are you planning on pirating, or are you planning on just doing whatever the fuck you've been doing?
If plundering comes along the way, why not?
You never know what the sea will throw at us.
And what's to know what's behind Lucian's walls? Could be quite a hefty bonus behind there.
How many shares are you breaking your profits into?
Are you just
You
sharing
all
with
We
the
do on-
officers or with all the crew?
Well, that's the thing. If you're breaking it into a certain number of shares, then we discuss how many shares I get. If you're breaking it into shares with the entire crew and the other two, and me and the fine lady over here, then that's two different conversations.
You've all have served this ship well. You and Caltus have impressed me as well. And then the rest of the crew, some of, well, I've gotten to have some fun with. And if
He gives
my
you a
old-
look before moving on.
And if my old crew has taught me anything, a crew that's loyal should be paid like one.
So equal shares between us.
Indeed.
And this is coming from your cut. I'm assuming
Correct.
you and yours have shares. And then from
Indeed.
your shares broken into shares with us.
Anything I find, we will bask in it together.
I already gave them their share of the loot we got last time, didn't I?
Who?
The
Echo?
officers. No, the officers. So Thrasset and Keltis.
No, they just
Oh, yeah, I
got their
covered-
normal hazard pay.
Oh, then I will give them their 61 gold that I owe.
Oh, you broke that up into the officers as well? Okay.
Yeah, I broke that up into
Oh,
As you can see, we stay true to our word.
you planning on more scores like this?
I intend to. At the very minimum, I'll make sure you're satisfied. But if extra gold is to be found, do you ever know a pirate to turn down extra gold?
All right. You've got a silver tongue on you.
And you remind me of my old captain.
$2 gold a day. Normal hazard pay. And a share. I'll agree
You
to
have
those.
my word.
I'll agree to it.
If you would like, you and I can go discuss with the rest of the crew. I am.
What do you
now
think? I mean,
officially your captain.
Caltus is not far away. Caltus has been listening
Yeah,
this
yeah.
entire time. Never really got into the killing people for money side of things. But it seems to pay well.
I mean, don't you think they deserve it if they pull the trigger first?
Well, I've never said that I haven't killed people in defending for money. But hunting people down for money? That I haven't done yet.
The key word being yet, Caltus. Trust me.
Standard injury and death dues?
Standard.
All
How
right.
much is that, by the way?
So, injury is usually, oh, goodness. Okay, so, I gotta do math. Sorry.
What is that danger pay?
Well, danger pay is just an extra day's pay on top.
So
Injury,
getting to
like permanent injury dues are essentially it's kind of a general worked out rate of enough to set you up for a good long while. So like 25 gold. Death dues are to either a family member or somebody that they send the money to, but that is
Inheritance,
50
essentially.
gold. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that's fair.
I'm sorry,
And
that was totally preventable. You should have stepped to the left instead of the right.
You're
And
so right.
that is like for officers. For regular crew members, it's slightly less, just because they don't get paid as much. 15 and 30 for regular crew, which is still a significant chunk of money to a random fucking pirate.
Mhm.
Well, not even a random pirate, to a random sailor at this point, right? Pirates, they kind of take on the risk knowing that they can get injured and all that, but like to a sailor who doesn't plan on getting into combat,
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like we've reached an agreement.
yep. You bring in these guys along too. She kind of gestures to the two crew members.
Two? Oh yeah, one of them's still asleep, right?
One of them's
they still
on the
wanna
dock
come.
somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Shoot, I get paid a wage and get a share. I'm in. And similar sentiment from the other.
If there is anything you'll learn on my ship, loyalty pays. And since Calthus and Tharasat, surprisingly, like to their surprise, got a share of the dead body gold. Echo is gonna flick a gold piece to each of them. To the two crew members.
Shoot,
I'm gonna nudge
where can I
John,
even spend the gold?
and he talks about me throwing around gold.
You'll
How do I
throw
even
10
spend
gold
the
like it's nothing.
Like, I don't know anybody who takes like a full gold piece. Who buys something for a full gold piece? I don't. I've only used bronze and silver. So I've never had a gold piece in my hand before. I don't know what how.
Trust me, on this ship you'll learn. And you'll enjoy it all the while.
Ooh, do we need to go and get a flag made for our ship? What's our ship name?
Yeah, we also need to get a ship name.
So,
Outside of RP, yeah, I'm not gonna make us fly the Nemesis flag. Absolutely not. I'm not gonna do that to this party.
oh god,
I will.
yeah, the Nemesis would sink you if you did.
Yeah, true. They wouldn't know it's me.
The current name for the sloop that you have taken is the Sky Shark,
Cool.
but you can rename it as you wish.
See, I may have come up with the Nemesis, but I'm horrible at naming.
I don't know. I kind of like the Sky Shark. And then it's kind of a moon in his side. We stole his ship.
Except that it's known as one of Harper's fleet.
That it is.
I need more, motherfucker.
How about the Siren's Echo?
Oh, there we go. And then we can
Ooh.
put a hot mermaid on the flag. I'm down.
You on the flag?
A combination.
Mount it
of-
right up there.
Combination of Mira and Echo. Okay.
So I will say this: almost every pirate flag has some variation of skull and crossbows on it. So you can have a hot mermaid on the flag, but to identify as a pirate, you usually also have to have the skull and crossbows.
It could be a mermaid tail and crossbones.
Ooh.
We could have a mouse head with a pair of axes. A mouse
head
skull.
with a mouse head. Yes, the Siren's Echo,
there are
but we
there
have a
there are
mouse.
many ships who run skulls that are not just human skulls.
I'm down for the mermaid like tail bones or the mouse with bones. Don't mind me.
I mean, Echo around the place that you and yours around Blackfang's den, dragonborn skulls were the typical pirate skull. Not human.
Hey, if they want a dragon one as well, I'll gladly wear that mantle again.
But yeah, it is up to y'all.
Oh, we have
We
three
can
options.
figure out the design later.
Yes, that is fair.
Jump out, not
You
look
can-
for cosmetics.
We can figure out the design later. Do you want to rename it, the ship, to the Siren's Echo, or what would you like to rename the ship? Or do you want to take time for that? We can take time and then come back and say, hey, you named it this.
That works. All right. What should we do next?
All right. Well, now that you have a crew and now that you have a ship, yeah, I was about to say, now that we have a crew and now that you have a ship, now you can plan on how you're going to go about the future the next legs to your adventures. But with this, I am probably going to begin to wrap it up. So unless any of you have anything immediate you want to discuss or talk about, anything that you want to take care of now, just in case you forget about it or something.
Well, if I'm gonna preach about, I treat my crew nicely, there's one guy that was left out, so I'm gonna walk off the ship real quick and go
Yes,
find him.
he does come back. It is not.
Okay.
He comes back. It was just that at the moment he was not on the ship. He also accepts this wonderful deal for him.
And well, Echo's gonna look at him and also flick him a gold coin.
All right.
Not even a fraction
Anybody
of what
need to
Mira has
take care of anything?
Nope, I think we're good. I spent all my money already.
Okay. I will say this, Noodle. Depending on how you and the rest of them want to break it up, but I would put the 125 gold down for like the ship funds unless you guys want to break it up in a different way. The 125 gold advance.
Did you put that 50 gold in the Svart Vaughn or the new ship?
The new ship. The new ship has 50 gold in its storage.
Okay, thank you.
Are we
Yeah, I
just
think
going to
the
change the name on
125 is
Sparvan over the new ship?
We can.
Save you having to make a whole another character sheet.
That is appreciated. For the most part, it's the same stats. Yeah, actually, it is the same stats.
But you said it was faster.
No, it's not truly faster. It is designed to be able to run down other ships. That said, sloops in general are fast. They're just hard to run down. So it's as fast as another sloop.
And we have a ballista on both sides now.
But
No, it just
it
has 2 ballistas in.
It has 2 ballistas, yeah. And there are things
Yep.
that you can do to upgrade your ship into doing other things. Like, for example, one of the things that this ship has is the ability is the ballast the ballast barrels that will slow you down to a 5 hex speed instead of a 6 hex speed max speed, so that when you're full sail and looking like you're going as fast as you can go, you're going slower than what you normally would, which will then get other ships to believe that they're faster than you, and then you can, or as fast as you, and then you can cut those ballast barrels or retrieve them and suddenly go faster and be able to catch them. Right? It basically has like some piracy package stuff to it.
Delicious.
Alrighty. Yeah, I think that'd be the easy method. Just change the name on the character sheet for Swartvan.
Alrighty. The Siren's Echo, right?
Yep.
Alright. Save changes. And it's currently rocking 50 gold. Are you guys going to add the 125 gold straight to the ship funds, or are you guys going to split that up?
I think that should just go to the ship funds.
Yeah, I just added it to the ship.
Alrighty then. I think then, unless there is something that you guys want to take care of right now, we're good.
I think we're good.
I'm satisfied.
Alrighty. Well then, both current and future viewers, thank you so much for watching us play this wonderful game in the Tales of Pageos. Thank you to my wonderful players for playing this wonderful game with me, and I hope everyone has a good night.